Hi, this is Gary. Today on MacMost Now, why are Macs better than PCs? So today I thought I'd take a stab at the question I get asked most of all. Why are Macs better than PCs? And there are lots of different reasons. There are lots of little reasons, big reasons, and of course there's also plenty of reasons why PCs may have an advantage over Macs. But in this episode, let's focus on the main reasons that today, at the end of 2008, I think Macs are a better value than a PC. So first I want to start out with two reasons why PCs aren't that great. First is most PCs come loaded with what I call crapware. This is software that's preloaded on the machine that basically you have to pay for if you want to use it. Just a whole bunch of stuff that's covering the desktop, some of it already installed and running. If you want to get a clean system, you've got to find out how to uninstall these, which sometimes is pretty close to impossible. So you have to reinstall Windows completely or just live with the fact that there's a bunch of software in your machine that you'll never use. Second reason is, of course, that PCs are still very susceptible to viruses. There's no doubt that PCs get more viruses than Macs. Matter of fact, as things stand now, PCs get viruses, Macs don't. So this is a big problem, and you're going to have to install antivirus software and constantly monitor your machine. And if you're a casual user and you get infected, it means calling on somebody for help. Now, those two reasons aside, if you do need to run Windows, there's still no reason not to get a Mac, because Macs can run both. You can have a Mac with OS X installed and also install Windows through Boot Camp, or spend a little extra money and install Parallels or VMware, and then be able to run Windows applications while you're running Mac OS X. So if you want to run both OSs, you need to get a Mac because you can't do that on a PC. Now my next four reasons all come grouped together into one category, iLife. You get iLife when you buy a new Mac, and there's some great apps in there. For instance, iPhoto. It's a great way to be able to get your digital photos from your camera and do all sorts of things with them, edit them, get them printed. This is a fantastic program, and a lot of people I know have Macs never used iPhoto, but they had a digital camera. When I showed them how easy it was to get their photos onto the Mac and view them and do different things with them, they were amazed. Also in iLife, of course, is GarageBand. Now GarageBand is a fantastic music creation program. I dreamed of having such a program when I was a kid using my Apple II. And now you just get it free with every Mac. It's a fantastic thing, and there's nothing comparable really on the Windows side, at least nothing that you get with your machine. Also in iLife is a great video editing program called iMovie. It's fantastic for editing things, and you know, now that all digital cameras come with a movie mode and you can get cheap $100 little video cameras, it's a great tool to have, and it seems kind of a waste to have a computer and not be able to edit your digital video on it. And also, of course, iDVD is another great program to be able to go ahead and make DVDs. I mean, when you record something, say on a family vacation or something else you're doing, and to be able to go and make a DVD with menus and everything like that, give it to somebody as a gift, put it in your library, it's a fantastic thing. And I can't imagine having a computer and not having a program like iDVD now to be able to create these. Now the Mac also comes with a whole bunch of other great apps right out of the box. For instance, just having the very simple apps like iCal and Address Book are fantastic. When people get a new machine, they're able to go and put their contacts in there. They're able to go and set up calendars, reminders for themselves. It's a fantastic tool, and it's really better than anything out there on the PC. And in addition to that, there's some other great stuff. Like, for instance, just look at Time Machine. Time Machine comes with every Mac. You just buy an external hard drive, and you're backing up. Try to do that on a PC, you're going to have to buy something extra, and quite frankly, you're probably going to have to be a little more sophisticated than a casual user. There's a great set of apps. TextEdit's one of my favorite, and it just comes with it. If you need basic word processing, you've got something inside of your Mac that already works. You don't have to go and spend a bunch of money getting an expensive word processing program. Now the Finder itself is a great thing in Mac OS X. There's some amazing desktop organizational tools that many of us take for granted and maybe some people don't even know about. For instance, the dock itself is a great launcher, and combined with Stacks you can actually organize your files and quickly find things you normally use. I also love Spotlight as a launcher. With a couple quick keystrokes I can find any application or file, and I've grown accustomed to using it to launch things that I don't usually keep in the dock. Plus, there's really cool things like Spaces and Expose that a lot of people use that are just fantastic tools, and it just shows how much attention has been paid in Mac OS X to giving people different options for finding their files and applications. Now, fans of PCs like to point out how there's tons more PC software out there than Mac software. But the truth is that a lot of that stuff is junk. It's old software that's no longer supported, or it's very simple software that's very hard for casual users to learn how to use. On the Mac, there's a fantastic developer community. And there's tons of great apps to do all sorts of things. But the great thing is that almost all these apps are really good quality apps that work really well, integrate great with the operating system, and provide things that are exactly what you need. So I think the Mac actually wins when it comes to third-party tools. And finally, I think a great thing that Apple has going is the whole Apple Store idea. Now, not so much from the viewpoint of buying a Mac. I mean, you can go places and buy a Mac, you can go places and buy a PC. But the support they offer in the Apple Store. You can go in and you can ask just about anybody anything. If you've got a problem, you can make an appointment in the Genius Bar. You can even make an appointment online and then show up at that time so you know there's somebody waiting right there to help you with something. And you can bring your computer in and they'll show you how to do things. They'll show you how to do things in your iPhone and your iPod as well. And it's just a great thing to be able to get this level of support directly from the company that you bought the computer from. So I think it's a huge plus for anybody buying a Mac. And it's one of the reasons I suggest people switch over to Macs is because, hey, if you have a problem, just go to your Apple Store and ask, and they'll find out for you. So there are some reasons why I think Macs are better than PCs right now. Now, I'll be posting some more reasons throughout the day as I get some suggestions and think of some new ones. And you can follow me at Twitter and see some of those ideas. If you've got some of your own, leave them as a comment to this post at MacMost.com. Also, remember to subscribe to our email newsletter, which I'm going to be sending out tomorrow, which will contain quick tips for Mac users and recommendations for iPhone apps, all sorts of different things. And, of course, also remember to subscribe to this podcast and tell your friends over the holidays to subscribe to this podcast by going to macmost.com/itunes.html. Until next time, this is Gary Rosenzweig with MacMost Now.